We've looked at the self-absorbed innocence of the fool and the turn towards creative engagement with the world in the magician, or batailleur. Now we come to the four cards which provide the moral spiritual framework to which the creative individual here belongs and which assert their authority over him. The masculinity of the fool and the magician, or batailleur, is, as I explained earlier, used generically here, in the same way that Adam's masculinity, before Eve is taken out of him, can only pertain to his imaging of the divine nature as proclaimed by God in the Bible's first creation account. Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. It can't signify human sexual relationship because Eve hasn't been created yet. This means that women can identify with Adam as readily as men here at this pre-sexual stage. I'll come back to this later. In order, the four cards are the Popesse, the Empress, the Emperor and the Pope. We'll deal with each separately in the following videos, but first I want to present them as a group and show why I'm doing this. The group actually consists of two related, sexually complementary pairs, the Pope and the Papesse, the Emperor and the Empress. Since the Papesse comes first and the Pope last, as a pair they encompass the Emperor and Empress, indicating that the Pope-Papesse duality is the hierarchically superior of the two pairs. Very simply, whereas the Emperor-Empress duality governs the secular realm, the Pope-Papesse duality governs the spiritual one in earthly human life, preserving and communicating to them the moral spiritual values that the Emperor and Empress are to govern by. While the Emperor-Empress duality is a universal one in human societies, what makes them unique here is their submission to the Catholic Christian faith, represented by the Pope-Papesse duality. Effectively, not only is the Emperor-Empress duality baptized by the Church here, but so are the cards themselves which represent them. This is established before any further exploration of the mystical treasures of classical antiquity is undertaken and before any further advances are made along the spiritual path. We know of no tarot decks that significantly predate the Visconti decks with their Catholic symbolism, and the Tarot de Marseille decks produced 200 years later still preserve that same Catholic symbolic framework, which Waite continues to honour in his deck a further 150 years after that. Before moving on, I'll merely note in passing that the hierarchy of pairs found here is also a typical format found in alchemical imagery.